This is a multi-user interactive touch table, and users playing a game that requires them to play around with Auckland Museum's data collection. And the way they do that is by 3D models. It's a hunt and collect game, but it's based on treasure hunting. We've got a marker. When you put the marker down, it says, let's play a game. And then the way you move around, you've actually got a radar to find things that are ultimately hidden but moving around the table. The unique thing about this is that we've combined a digital and physical approach to the game. In previous work for Auckland Museum, we found that physical approaches worked really well with people and screens. Kind of lowers the barriers of entry, people are a bit fearful of screens, and it also helps kids play things. So we're using a combination of interactive technology on the table, but 3D markers to actually plot your way. They're almost like chess pawns the way you play. The themes that we've pulled through into this game are about data collection within a museum. We have department markers that map to the way that curators categorise objects within the museum itself, and that just happens to be a way you play the game. But the underlying feeling there from a player is that, okay, I get the idea that some of these things belong here. In fact, the actual player you have is kind of modelled on a curator. You're called a curator, and we've created curators that kind of have a Sherlock Holmes look. But the whole idea that this is a curation process and you're working with actual data has a lot of similarities with what the curators do in the museum. It's a fine line when you're making stuff like this to allow the user to have fun discovering how to use it versus just telling them how to use it. So the logistics around making digital, physical, printed user interaction work was a little bit challenging, but it was great and it came together really well. We've designed this multi-user table to be used not just for this exhibition but in the future, and part of that was to base the game around Auckland Museum's collections database. So these are just props for playing a game that pulls data from the DCP, the digital content platform. And after this exhibition is gone, the actual content of the game is controlled via the curators here. So the curators can change it up. If they decided that this interactive wanted to be all about music, then the content can change for music. The interaction stays the same, the premise of the game stays the same, but overall the content and the learning objectives out of that content changes. So it does have a lifespan beyond this exhibition.